Hello and welcome to Meet Our Makers, an artist interview podcast produced in association with Beats Per Minute. I'm your host, Jeremy J. Facette. On this episode, we get to meet Marnie Stern. Marnie Stern is a singer, songwriter, and electric guitar wizard whose last record came out over 10 years ago, but she is now back with a brand new album called The Comeback Kid. In this chat, Marnie and I talk quite a bit about the new record, the songwriting of it, the production of it, which she handled herself, and what it felt like to get back into her groove of playing and writing in her signature way after so many years away. Speaking of which, we also talk about what she did in the interim, which mostly included having 2 children, and as you may be aware or may not be aware, playing guitar almost nightly in the house band on Late Night with Seth Meyers. We discuss what it was like coming back to her own stuff after so many years playing that kind of stuff. We also talk about the importance of drumming in her work, the forgotten glory of blogging, and that one time that she ripped the sleeve of a record that I bought from her at a show. And much more. Her kids were popping in and out adorably and delightfully throughout, so you may hear us get a little distracted every now and then by them. But therein lies the loveliness of these informal hangout style chats. So please enjoy, and thank you for listening. This is me meeting Marnie Stern. Great, how are you?
Good.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Are we videoing or not videoing?
We can put video on. That's cool. My dog's behind me, so I don't know if you can
Hi.
see her, but she's there. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for coming around for a little bit.
No problem.
Cool. So we should. Oh, there she goes.
Aww.
She's gonna get annoyed that I'm talking. We should specify that the main reason for this occasion is that you have a record coming out, which
right.
is pretty cool, especially for me, someone who was with you before the gap, and now we're back. So your 5th record, The Comeback Kid, is out November 3rd on Joyful Noise. Of course, it's been a little while, so I feel like even though I know some of the answer to this, I think already, I feel like the big question is like, where have you been? And I feel like a lot of people are probably wondering that right now.
Well, I've been playing on TV every night on Late Night with Seth Meyers for the past 8.5 years. I was doing that. And in the interim, I also had 2 children. And I've been raising them, but really working a 9-to-5 gig.
Yeah, and that I don't know if everyone quite realizes that, but when Seth, I think were you with him from the beginning of his show?
Sort of. I was subbing for Fred Armisen at the
Okay.
beginning, and then I started about 6 months in.
Okay, yeah. So, as someone who watched his show and knew your work and of course knew Fred's work, that was really a treat. But I feel like not everyone has realized that you've been actually like steadily employed this whole time.
Yes.
How did you end up getting that gig, by the way?
I went to substitute for Fred. He had asked me to play guitar for him
Okay.
when he was away. And I started doing it every, couple weeks, once a month. And then they started to turn into longer stretches. And then the show asked me to stay as the other guitarist.
Yeah, it's a nice, probably a nice surprise for some people who are like, where has she been? And it's like, well,
right.
You could have turned on NBC every night and watched.
Right. And somebody said, and also, when they say it's my first show that I played a show recently that it was my first show that I had played in 9 years. To my mind, I've been playing every night to an audience. So,
right. Yeah,
it's not my own stuff.
That must, though, help a little with the comfort of coming back to your stage.
Yes, completely.
Yeah.
There's no pressure of, yes, we played a show with Le Sauvage last month. It was so much fun.
Yeah, so that was your first time with your own work on stage.
Exactly.
For how long?
9 years.
9 years.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, that number's off. What?
Well,
Mhm.
no, I mean, yeah, it's been just over 10 years since the last Marnie Stern record, Chronicles of Marnia, um, came out in March of, I just looked this up. I don't just know this, but the March of 2013.
That's right.
Um, and now we're a decade on and we have the Comeback Kid. I presume maybe the Comeback Kid is you?
That's right.
Okay, good. Hell yes.
What have you been doing for the past 10 years?
Well, I am only 30 years old, so I so I graduated college. I graduated grad school.
Wow.
I am a high school English teacher in my daytime
Nice.
hours. So I make music on my downtime, so I try to stay busy.
Nice. Do you like teaching?
I do. This is my sixth year.
Would you get out of here, kid? Sorry. Um,
Disruption.
um, yeah, so it's been 10 years. I cannot believe that it's been that much time. On the other hand, I feel like I've had these kids for a while, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. No, time has gotten strange lately.
Hmm?
I think the last 3 or 4 years have made the past 10 years feel like a weird, both longer and shorter.
Of course.
So you have your kids, which kind of give you this living gauge of how long it's been. But then when you think back on your last show, you're like, that was like a few years ago.
Yes, it really feels that's how it exactly how it
So
feels.
weird. I bet it's weird, but also hopefully a very good feeling,
Very good.
I think. So yeah, so it's been 10 years since Chronicles of Marnia. When would you say you actually started writing this record?
Some of the pieces I had been writing for, I have tons and tons of material from over the years and hundreds of audio files, and I'll go back sometimes and listen, and if there might be like a snippet of a piece that I like, and then I'll
Hmm.
keep working on it. So there was a little bit of that, and here and there on the weekends over this past 10 years. Do you hear him screaming in there? Over the past 10 years, I'd be working on stuff, and then some of it just came organically and quickly from because uh for the day job I was hold on, let me shut the door. Sorry. So that's what an ice cream sundae sugar load does after school. Um so what was I saying? Oh, so some of it came very quickly. I had also remember every day uh, for Seth Meyers, we would write 8 songs a day.
Hmm.
What do you mean when, honey? That's where I work. So, so I would write. We'd write 8 songs a day. So I was and during the pandemic, I was having to write lots of material because we were recording at home. So that part came very easily, but
Hmm.
I was surprised how my style came back so strongly and so easily. But on the other hand, I guess that's normal when you're playing another style of music. You're eager to get back to your own style.
Sure. And yeah, I noticed that in the sort of like the press release for the record, you basically say that you were surprised it came back so easily.
Yeah,
And I mean you are known, of course, for your sort of neck tapping, fret tapping capabilities that you do on Seth Meyers sometimes.
yeah,
But it's not exactly the same.
correct,
I don't think Seth Meyers is melting anyone's faces off
correct,
exactly.
right.
But you do it a little bit. But what was that a worry of yours that it wouldn't come back so naturally?
I didn't really think about.
Okay.
I didn't get that far. I just sat down and started playing, and my chops were still kind of there from playing every day, but but kind of remembering my Pro Tool, remembering the songwriting
Hmm.
itself and the programming took a second, but I was right back in it.
Yeah. And you self-produced this record?
Hmm.
Is that the first time that
Yes.
you've fully helmed the ship?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well,
What was
at this point, I know,
you know what you're doing?
yeah, I know what I want it to sound like. Right. Right.
What was the recording process like? Was it just you and Jeremy who plays drums?
Right. It was just me, and then Jeremy, from wherever he was. He's always touring with Arcade Fire. Wherever he was, he put drums over it somewhere else in another place and sent them back to, like, I sent him the files.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
So this is your shortest record, um, which I'm sure is just an accident.
Yeah.
But it does kind of just like give me the sense of urgency when I'm listening to it. There's no slowing down in this record. And I do feel like even though you're known as the sort of fast-paced rock music, math rock, whatever you want to freaking call it,
Yeah.
your records often will have a moment or two of a little pause, just like a little bit of a pause. And this one has none of it. It's just like bristling 29 minutes straight through. Um, does that at all sort of mirror like any kind of urgency you felt to get this out there, or were you just kind of playing what you wanted to play?
I was playing what I wanted to play, and also I think probably maybe it had something to do with having kids, maybe, and just coming in and having my own time to maybe get out all of my frustrations isn't the right word, but just I I attach myself to what I like, and
But you like us more than.
yes, I like you the most. Um uh but yeah, I'm not sure why. I think maybe from playing a lot of mellow music for a long time every day, I kind of really was amped up to,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a very forward feeling record. There's an overriding sense of like optimism to this record almost.
Mhm.
Which has been a theme of your work. I mean, that sort of theme of like finding space for yourself and accepting oneself has kind of always been a theme of yours. Although I think this record really takes it to extremes, not in a bad way, but like
No, but to me, it's really interesting that has become so popular in society now. You know what I mean? Like finding your truth and all the
yeah,
crazy that people say. It's kind of caught up with the world. It's funny, but yet
yeah,
I still feel like everyone throws around authentic. I still feel like people. Uh, I don't want to say. I don't know. Individuality is. I would like to see more individuality, um, or hear more individuality when I listen to music. But
yeah,
but all I can do is try and do it with my own.
yeah. I mean, I think I still have my Win Marnie Win t-shirt from so many years
Yeah.
ago. So like that kind of ethos has been with you. So maybe, yeah, the world has caught up to you.
Oh,
Um, I would
but
have
I
tried
mean,
to, what'd you say?
don't get me wrong. It's a difficult thing to do, but you just have to. You are always thinking, oh, when things calm down. Oh, all these stressful things go away, things will get easier. But it just never really is that way, is it? It's just your life is constant tension and constant conflict, and it's just trying to be happy with what you have.
Yeah. Were there any points over this gap between records that you were pretty sure you wouldn't make another one?
Yeah, I think after I had my second kid and they were really little, and they were really little, like, uh, yeah, I think quiet, come on, man. I feel like when I hadn't slept and I was working and had the two little kids, I was kind of how I couldn't imagine how I would ever have any energy at all to even think about myself at all, because you're just so focused on these other people. But then, as they grow a little bit, they get more autonomous, and then you kind of slowly get yourself back.
Yeah. And you were kind of writing a little bit this whole time, just maybe didn't ever believe you'd be able to get back to a studio.
Right.
Yeah. So the first song we heard, Plain Speak, is the first song on the record. As of the recording of this episode, I think that's the only one that's out so far. And the first line of the record is, "I can't keep on moving backwards." I can't help but feel like that's kind of a mission statement for the album. And maybe I'm just reading into it, but is that a feeling you kind of had while making this record?
Yeah. I mean, over there, please. Yes. We all have times where we just feel like we're not making progress in whatever area, and things that are frustrating or repeating themselves. And that's kind of where I can't keep moving backwards stems from. Also things flaws you feel like you have within yourself, and you want to fix them, and they keep coming up, and you just feel like you're not making progress, or, parenting, all across the board. Sometimes I struggle with that, but yeah, that's where that comes from.
And when do lyrics typically even arrive for you? Do they come with the music, or is it much later?
They are like in a notebook all over the place. And I kind of sometimes take like a random word and will assign it more meaning, shape around it. Like sometimes I used to take a taxi, like a yellow cab home from work, and the taxi TV would be on very low, and I couldn't really hear the words, but I just write down what it sounded like they were saying. And then I would take like phrases and kind of put them to use with how I was feeling. So
do lyrics feel like they're on the same level with you as the music in terms of puzzling it together?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, those two areas. I mean, I almost feel more comfortable with the music placement. It's very hard for me to find vocal placement because everything is so busy all the time. So yeah, but once in a while I'll sit down, write a bunch of lyrics, and write the song. You know what I mean? But usually I just bring them in to like fit.
So we're talking about your own lyrics, but what led to the decision to cover the Morricone song?
I have a friend named Josh Fadum. He's a comedian. He's very funny. And years and years ago, he sent me that song on like a mix CD. And I've just always loved it. And I was like, high voices, lots of singing, dancing. Let me take a stab at it.
And it just felt right. Like this was the place for it.
Yeah, it was just fun.
Yeah, and that sense of fun is so nice to hear, because like I feel like coming after a 10-year gap in records, there could be this sort of like lumbering pressure almost.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound like you felt too much of that.
I honestly was, I said this before, and I don't want to sound sorry for myself or pathetic in any way, but I had no idea. I really didn't think anyone was going to listen to it or would remember me, or I just had no expectations. I was just, even release it. Like I had no ideas. I was just trying to put it down. And as I said, like you kind of also get to a point where you're not trying to at this point, I'm not trying to build my music career in any way. So meaning like maybe after my first couple records, you start to think, okay, well, should I try and change my style a little bit? Am I just doing the same thing too much? Do I need to, all the things that you start to wonder when you're thinking about a career. But since this was just me making music for me, what came out is what came out. And I wasn't like thinking about, the listener.
Yeah. Would you say that this is sort of the freest you've ever felt on record?
Nah, the first 2 records I felt pretty free. Because it was the same thing. I just really didn't think anyone was, it didn't matter,
Yeah.
You just you can't even conceive of anyone caring. You just do what you want to do.
Yeah. I think I caught wind of you when This Is It came out because it got pretty good press. And the cover was sort of striking, and that was a time when I was like, oh, what's, that looks cool, what's that? And it's so, I'll be honest, Marnie Stern is so not like my usual wheelhouse.
Yeah.
But for some reason I always gravitated to your work, and so I was listening since at least then, and so I'm thrilled you're back. So we're
so nice.
We're here.
I mean, I can't tell you how moved I am. Like, I can't tell you, like, just what's happened just in the past 2 weeks from the,
Yeah.
Any press I've gotten at all, people on my Instagram saying they're excited. It is thrilling. It's thrilling.
Yeah. Is there like a sense of relief almost? Or did it really not matter?
I really honestly was just not expecting. So I get,
Yeah.
that's what it is. When you have no expectations, it's like, wow. And also it just makes me feel terrific, because also with my kids around here, I'm just, lugging their stuff to school, and
Right.
I come last. So it's this whole thing is very exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. I would imagine you're in such a different space entirely from when the last record came out.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
I'm sorry. No, it's fine. The video doesn't get uploaded, so it's fine.
Oh.
So we mentioned Jeremy a bit before, the drummer on this record.
The nicest human on planet Earth.
That's nice to hear.
So nice. Such a sweet, mild-mannered person who can actually just. I had no idea that he was into any type of math rock world, and he said oh, those are some kind of his beginnings. But he subbed on. I would never know, anyone like him. He subbed a couple times on Seth Meyers as a drummer.
Oh, okay.
And that's how I got to know him.
So yeah, so you said he usually, he's always on tour with Arcade Fire. So people are probably going to wonder how someone who drums for a band like Arcade Fire winds up on a Marnie Stern record, but it was just kind of kismet, I guess.
Yeah, and he's just the sweetest, and we kind of stayed in touch, and that's how that happened.
Yeah.
Now for touring, I'm playing with this drummer, Nick Ferrante, who's a very good, awesome drummer. So that's, it's very hard. I've had such a long line of great drummers. It's hard to find someone who can keep up.
Yeah, that was actually a question in my notes, because that's something I was thinking about, because, when you started, you were with Zach Hill, now of Death Grips fame. And then the last record was Kid Millions from Oneida. And now we have Jeremy. And so, yeah, I literally was going to ask you, do you feel like it's hard? Because I feel as a listener that you ask a lot of your drummers.
A lot. Because, speaking of Zach, Hella was my favorite band. His band before Death Grips was my favorite band.
Mm-hmm.
And so drumming against guitar work is so important to me. And so yes, it's hard to find people who can, especially now that's like 3 different drummers. So it's like to learn all, it's a lot of songs also to learn. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So when you tour, I would imagine who do you, is it can't just be you two on stage, or
No,
is it?
so we've been playing. I'm playing local shows with John Ganelli, who is a great guitarist, who is in Rye Coalition,
Okay.
and he's amazing, amazing, and he's got a great personality, and he actually is friends with Nick. So when we've been rehearsing, like John and I just kind of stand there, and poor Nick is like sweating and going all over the place. Um, but yeah, uh, it sounded really good at the last show we played, and we're going to do the record release show at the Knitting Factory.
Hmm.
A lot of power just from 3 people, so it's great.
And the record is just guitar and drums, right?
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
one of the songs, Sid Butler from La Save Fav, who was in Seth Meyers band with me, plays bass on.
Okay.
I can't think of the name off the top of my head. Yeah.
But
But
yeah, it's a pretty spare, Spartan set of musicianship, and yet, yeah, it is so loud, and I feel like you do just need that extra set of hands on the stage.
yes, totally. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Also, for me, from screaming and yelling and singing and playing, and it's great to have John there to like pick up some guitar slack. Always in the past, for a long time, I only toured with a bassist, not a guitarist, and so the guitarist is really I'm seeing how helpful that is.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet. Um, yeah, I last saw you very, very long time ago. I don't even remember when, and I feel like it must have been a 3-piece, but I feel like it was a bassist.
Uh,
Probably
yeah.
back then it was probably a bassist, yeah. Um, yeah, you played Connecticut twice in my life,
Yes.
which is cool.
Yes. Yes. Uh,
Um,
yeah. So I'm gonna, we're setting up to figure out some touring
yeah.
and some European touring, and I'm just like, it's so fun. Also, when you live your sort of closed, dullish life, and then you're back in the music world, it kind of becomes electric again.
Yeah.
Makes me appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah. I would imagine you're excited to sort of play a whole
So,
bunch of shows again. Yeah.
so excited.
Seth, late nights a little bit in the balance right now, so take your time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Totally.
Um, okay, so random question time. Because I have no segues into these.
Yeah.
Um, so we were talking about your live setup, and I've seen you actually a couple times in Connecticut, and I saw a couple of the videos that you had reposted from the last show. It's a pretty hectic thing. It's a chaotic, it's organized chaos, but it's a chaotic, loud set with a lot.
Yeah.
You ask a lot of your drummers, but there's a lot asked of yourself as well.
Yeah.
What would you say currently, anyway, is the hardest song for you to play?
Um, Believe it or not, the singing with the playing, it's not none of the songs playing wise. If I
Hmm.
just had to stand there and play, it would be easier.
Mm.
It's singing of looking up and not looking down. Um, I guess oddly, for singing, it's definitely the song Prime because it's basically like screaming for the whole
Yeah, there's like no
minute.
breath.
No breath. Um, and then I don't know. Well, I bet some of the new material might be, I've played the older material for so long that
Hmm.
I know it so, knock on wood, I know it well, so I'm more used to that.
Yeah.
But I'm not used to the new material. So probably some of the songs from there, like we're gonna do The Natural, if I'm feeling like that might be hard.
Have you been rehearsing already?
Well, we rehearsed before, and now we're going to get ready to rehearse for this
Okay.
record release show in a couple weeks. We're going to start going in again.
Yeah. What's your favorite older song to still play?
I
That you
guess
just like,
Transformer.
yeah, that's a classic Marnie Stern cut.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite song I've ever written. So that
Oh,
one.
that's a good one.
Yeah, but yeah, it is very like I'm even the cover. I'm trying to play and sing, practicing singing to the cover,
Mm-hmm.
the Morricone cover. But there's lots of I'm trying to sing all the voices, all the parts at the same time, and the playing is kind of going on the offbeat. So practicing that.
Mm. What is something that people who only know you for your music might find surprising about you?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a pretty open book.
That's actually that's true. You are.
Oh, I'll tell you, I have no secrets.
Okay.
Well,
Because
maybe
you're an
that's
open book.
everybody has secrets.
Well, you don't knowingly have secrets.
You're right.
There you go. And it's funny you mentioned you're an open book because my next question was I already feel like I know the answer to this, but would you ever resurrect the vagina monoblog?
In this day and age, are you nuts? What has happened to the world? What is going on? Stop the insanity. I can't take it. It's crazy out there.
Out of sheer curiosity, I pulled up the vagina monoblog before this talk. It's still up. It's still live.
It is?
Yeah.
I feel like, God, I'd be terrified to look at. I mean, just the name I could get in trouble for it now.
I don't know. It almost feels like maybe we've circled back around to where that name might be like a clever play on the, current events or whatever.
Right.
I don't know, but I do remember you talking about that in the live setting, and I read it a few times.
I would love to, but man.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, the last post is simply everything is now at marniestern.net.
Okay.
You're like, I'm done with this.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I would love I mean, yeah, I would love to get it going, but
you could change the name.
It's not even the name. I just feel like I kind of remember. The only thing I remember about posting is a lot of the food we eat. Like I remember posting a lot about chicken wings since we were so chicken wings.
Wow, you really beat Instagram to the punch there, I guess, with the food pictures.
I guess I did. Right.
Do you enjoy that sort of different kind of writing though? Like, would you do that again?
No, maybe.
Start a Substack. That's what the cool kids are doing these days.
Now, what is that?
It's like a newsletter, but you like subscribe. So like I would pay like $3 a month to get your posts or whatever.
But what do you talk? But what is discussed?
Whatever you want.
What do you mean? Like, what's the topic?
Trying to think of an example. Like it could literally be anything. Like, do you remember LiveJournal?
No.
That was like a early social media thing where like all the emo kids would like talk online about how sad they are. But Substack is not like that. Substack, a lot of musicians use Substack, a lot of writers use Substack. Like Tegan and Sarah have one, a lot of music critics have one where it's just like long form pieces that they write about whatever and people pay.
So it's a blog.
It's basically a paid blog. Yeah.
What happened to the blog?
I don't know. That's a very good
blog. I mean, I was watching some movie that's totally outdated because it was all about blogging and it was a Russell Crowe movie, a journalism movie, but it was all about how the bloggers were interfering with the newspapers.
Oh my God. It's like when you watch an old Law and Order and it's like
that's different. That's better. This
I don't know what happens to the vlog. Oh geez. There's no one even here.
So
I don't know what happened to the blog. That's a very good question. I feel like the Substack and like the Patreon and like that kind of thing has sort of subsumed the blog. But
Uh,
I think there's something to be said for the blog.
I'm interested in the Substack.
Yeah, look it up. It's a blog. It's a glorified blog. You're not wrong. So my last thing, I just have a little personal anecdote here about this vinyl I have.
Oh,
So you played in Connecticut. This must have been the last time, or if I didn't catch you the last time, I don't know. But this was probably the self-titled tour, maybe.
I kind of remember this. I remember this.
Okay, you played
No.
in this venue called The Space, which is no longer there, in Hamden, Connecticut, and you hopped behind the merch table, which I don't know if you still do that, but you hopped behind the merch table, and you sold me this record, and you were like, "Do you want me to sign it?" And I said, "Sure, yeah." And so you tried to open it for me.
Oh, and I didn't know how.
You were like, "I know a trick," and so you took a key, and you tried to like open the plastic,
It worked?
like it opened it, but it also broke the sleeve.
Oh
So
my
now,
God.
now the sleeve
No,
is like
I have to give you
this.
another one. I have another one
No,
for you.
it's fine. It's signed. It's a relic.
I have another one. Oh my God, I broke it. That's terrible.
It was
That's
very
so,
funny.
that's so typical because I remember the guys telling me, "Oh, there's a trick,"
Yeah,
and feeling like, it's like saying, "Oh, I can open a bottle with the light. I can open a
right.
bottle with a lighter," even though I really never, would just like break the lighter.
Yeah. No, it was very funny. I didn't care. And then you wrote that you're writing all over my brand new record and that I have to come out next time you play. But I don't know if you've played Connecticut since then. So hopefully you do in the not too distant future.
I hope so too.
Yeah, I'll have to buy a new one, to buy a second copy.
I'll give you one. I feel terrible.
The vinyl is unharmed, so don't so
Okay.
don't worry.
Okay.
I just think it's a funny thing. I don't have a lot of signed records, especially from shows. So I was like, I have to mention this.
Well, to show how things have changed so much, I was selling CDs at the merch table
Mm-hmm.
regularly.
Mm-hmm.
That seems very dated now.
Yeah, well, I think CDs are trying to make a comeback. Tapes are trying to make a comeback.
I've got some cassettes for the new record.
Good. Those people will buy those.
Yeah, I know, it's so funny.
So speaking of the merch table, you mentioned you're playing the Knitting Factory in Manhattan on November 4th. I'm hoping I can come.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to come. It's a Saturday, and as a teacher, Saturday shows in the city are the best.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go into the city soon, midweek, and I was like dreading it because I'm like, I'm gonna be so tired.
Yeah.
But this is a Saturday, so maybe I'll try to come by.
Do it.
And so you're coming back on stage, like you said, it hasn't actually been a decade since you've been on stage, so people don't have to worry about that.
Right.
Are you excited to have this finally, like this headlining show?
Yeah. Very excited to have fun. I mean, really, more than anything, it's just all about having fun.
Yeah. Are you planning to like play the whole record?
No, but a lot of songs off the record.
Okay. Is it too early to tell if the comeback kid will have a following kid?
It will.
Okay.
It will.
Okay.
I'm back in the groove.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like we should not really ever count you out. So
No, I'm writing more. I mean,
that's exciting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait. I also can't wait for people to hear this record. I was playing it just right before we got on, very loud.
Cool.
It's a trip. I tweeted the new Marnie Stern record will melt you. So I hope that's true because I think it will. Cool. Well, let's say again, your new record, your fifth record, your return record, The Comeback Kid, is out November 3rd on Joyful Noise. I'm not sure if it's out yet when you're listening to this, listeners, or if it's about to be. Either way, check it out, buy it, pre-order it, stream it, whatever you got to do. And November 4th is the show, so please come out for the show. Thank you, Marnie Stern, for talking with me
Thank
and
you
hanging
so
out.
much.
I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. It's been quite a pleasure.
It's been wonderful.
All right. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.